you ever feel like your life is sometimes going in the wrong direction? Last week, this all happened last week, and Sally did us sick. Woo! Hot! It's really hot in here. Ooh, air conditioning. I'm sweating already, I've only been in the car 2 seconds. Hello. Another week begins, as it tends to do at least 5 times this year on a bank holiday Monday. Bank holiday Mondays usually mean nothing to me because I work hard for a living. If you're the sort of person who enjoys your 3-day weekend and really appreciates only working for 4 days the week after, then spare a thought for other people like us who maybe are providing entertainment over the 3-day weekend, or maybe serving you your drinks at a bar, or, you know, the kind of people who really have to hustle to earn a crust because maybe they haven't worked out their own pension plan. This weekend and today I've been working very hard at the IWA Cavalcade, which is at Little Venice every year. I've been working it 6 years in a row, which is good, which means lucky 7 next year. I don't have any video to show you though, because I've been working too hard, doing 2 shows a day, and also running a stall selling juggling equipment. That's what all this stuff is. Didn't actually sell as much juggling equipment as I expected to. Last year I sold a whole bunch, this year not so much, which is okay, I guess. But I think probably next year I'll just do the shows and not run a stall, because it is a lot to take down every single day of the weekend. Yep, after a long bank holiday weekend working, it's giant pizza time. The end of a cavalcade for another year. Till next year, hopefully. It will be my 7th next year. I have to say that the event felt more organised this year than before. There's a new lady, Linda, doing it. It was her first time last year, and I think she kind of got it all together very well. So, you know, thank you, Linda. Brilliant. Of course, the weather helps. It brings everybody out, and everyone was in a fantastic mood for the entire 3-day weekend. And I hope the weather is the same next year, because I had a fantastic time this year working the cavalcade, and it's always my pleasure to do it. Now it's time to relax and drink a beer and have a little think about what I can do to improve my show for next year, which is something I'm always trying to do. What little things can I change in terms of costume, in terms of music, in terms of routine, just to make it a better show every single time I perform it. That's all for my Bank Holiday Monday. I hope you enjoyed yours too. See you tomorrow. On the come down from working the weekend. It's nice and sunny, so the Suncream has got to go on. And I happened to find one that was 100% vegan. I got it online. Links, as always, are in the description below. And I'm also enjoying some coconut water, which is my favourite. I was going to have a cup of tea and a slice of cheesecake, vegan cheesecake, but I've decided to forego the cup of tea and just have the cheesecake. My parents always used to say to me when I was a kid, have a cup of tea when you're hot because it cools you down. What? Really good vegan cheesecake with vegan caramel topping. There's a bumblebee in my boat. Where are you? I think you're down here somewhere. Where'd you go? Where did you go? He's gone quiet now, I can't hear him. I don't think he's in your coat. He might have just flown up your sleeve. Bloody hell, no wonder you're all dying. I got you. Oh. In the glass, in the glass, in the glass, in the glass. Okay, I got him. Now he sounds quite angry. So I've just got to put him onto here.
Mind his legs.
I am minding his legs. Okay, he's alright, he's calmed down now. Yeah, I'll go and put him on a flower. There. Yeah, stop crawling all over Eddie Izzard's face. Well, he's gone. He's just flying around doing figure of eights. Hence the term. When you're bumblebeeing, you're flying around all over the place. Sally's a bit of a bumblebee sometimes. I love bees. I always try and save bees wherever I can. Not always one at a time, but whenever I can. It's time for Mylo's midweek metaphor. It's a story. There was a man walking along the beach, a beach he walks along every day. And on this particular day, there had been a storm the night before, and lots of starfish had washed up on the beach. Hundreds of starfish, as far as the eye could see. And he was having difficulty walking along the beach because of all these starfish. A little further down the beach, he saw a little old lady walking along the beach, grabbing starfish and throwing them back into the water. By the time he got there, she'd thrown maybe 2 or 3. And he said to her, you know, with all these starfish dying in the hot sun, you can't really make a difference on your own. Without looking at him, she quickly picked up a starfish, threw it back into the water, and then fixed him with her gaze and said, I made a difference to that one. I mean, yes, it is just a story, and it may seem odd to hear someone talking about how they save bees one at a time, but I also join campaigns in order to save bees also. If you are interested in getting involved too, then just type "save the bees" into Google, and away you go. Well, that's all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You're a good protector, aren't you, Sal? Bye then. Yeah, you're such a good guard girl, aren't you? An amazing guard dog you are. Yeah. you ever see that movie, The Plank? One of the best short silent comedy films. I'll leave a link to it in the descriptions below. Woo! I feel a little bit like Eric Sykes or Tommy Cooper with this on my shoulder. I found this while I was out cruising last summer because I thought it would make an excellent gangplank, but I didn't really utilise it the way I wanted to, and then the rest of the winter it just sat around, you know, just getting in the way, so I've decided to let it go. It's a boxer thing. Love walking Sally in the evenings. In the summer, it's a little bit hot for her little nose. So I usually walk her early mornings or late evenings. Late evenings I prefer. Cam. She always has a lot of energy.
What are you eating? Sally, don't eat the rabbit poo. Come here.
You like daisies, don't you? We like daisies. Unfortunately, all these ones have gone to sleep.
That is the perfect name for a narrowboat.
It's a boxer thing.
Finished? Not yet.
Finished.
Good girl.
Hello. I was born on the 28th of September 1974. It was a Saturday. I have since learned from a delightful little nursery rhyme that Saturday's child works hard for a living. That's me. So, a little quick dog walk today, and I'm off to work tonight. I better get changed. Here we go. Stilts, unicycles, hoops and rings, plates, flower sticks. Another successful workshop. It lives. You know, some people think that the beavers, I was working with the beavers tonight, I also work with cubs and scouts and explorers, but some people think that the beavers are a little bit too young to do circus workshops. Totally untrue. Beavers were great. They were doing juggling with scars, clubs and balls. They were doing twirling of the staff, they were doing Diablo, they were doing flower stick. I think the beavers are fantastic. And I have been to this area of London before. In fact, I think I've even done this group of kids before, but about 2 years ago. Because about 2 years ago, it was a different group of beavers. And then of course, the year behind that, They didn't have many, so they've had me back in 2 years, which is great. A little bit of a tight squeeze. And we're off on the road again. I'm on the road again. Oh. Now, one of the biggest problems with doing workshops in the evening between 6 and 8 is that I kind of skip dinner. So when I'm driving home, I usually have to look out for something vegan to eat, which is tough in this country. I usually end up eating noodles or dal and rice, both from takeaways. But also, throughout the length and breadth of this great nation, there are chip shops. So, got myself some chips. I have to say, these are really good. They're from a Chinese takeaway. Everything these days is fusion food today anyway. So, I'm going to finish my chips and then drive home. So, I will see you all on the morrow. Bye-bye. Hello, I'm here today in, is it Groombridge? Groombridge, okay, to teach the brownies of Groombridge how to do their juggling, and their stilt walking, and their unicycling, and their flower sticking, and their hat spinning. Obviously, today I'm being filmed by one of the brownies themselves, who obviously can't step in front of the camera because it's not allowed. But I'm sure they're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So, I'm surrounded by brownies. A lot of brownies in this room. Is it obvious? Obviously, no brownies can step in front of the camera because I can't film people who don't want to be filmed. And I wouldn't put anyone in my videos who didn't want to be. I've done the brownies before and it's always like this, rowdy. The problem with being in deepest, darkest Kent is that it's very difficult to find any food.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto Witherham Road.
Okay. It's very difficult to find any food, vegan or otherwise. I didn't pass a single takeaway or chip shop anywhere. But the workshop went well, working with the brownies, and the brownies are always fabulous. They just take on a challenge and they get on with it. Can't fault them at all. Now it's time to get onto the M25 and I hate the M25 on a Friday night. You know that most road rage happens on a Friday night. People are more angry to get home than they are to get to work. And I've also got to go around the M25, and the driving on the M25, that's a completely different animal to any other motorway in the country. People drive on the M25 like it's their own personal racetrack. Anyway, it should take me about 2 hours to get home, an hour and a half if I'm lucky, and then time for bed. I think the weekend, I'm looking forward to the weekend actually, because I can just go and relax. So that's all from me this week. You will see me, well, you will see me last week. Oh, tree tunnel.